Talking back to school, it can stir up big feelings, and you're probably feeling them right now because I said back to school, but also for kids heading back into the classroom and adjusting to a new normal. This transition, we know it can bring anxiety, overstimulation, sometimes resistant, especially for neurodivergent kids or kids who are sensitive to disruption. So how can we as parents and caregivers and adults in their life help? Our next guest has some great tips. We've got parenting expert Vivian Meraki back here to share. Great to have you back.
Oh, it's so good to be back.
So what does nervous system overload look like in kids? Because I think sometimes this can show up as bad behavior, or what we would call bad behavior, but you say that these are actually signals.
Yes, they're absolutely signals. Sometimes the overload is the nervous system acting out, and it can show up in different ways, not just panic or overwhelm, but sometimes shutdown, meltdowns, irritability, even stomach aches or refusal to go to school. And the important thing is to look at those as signals, because that's them signaling to us, because they don't always know what's going on and they don't always have the vocabulary to say, there's something going on and I feel overwhelmed and I don't know what to do with it. So the most important thing is to support them through it, not punish, but actually to create space for them to explore that with you, for you to say, it's okay, and I'm here with you.
One of the greatest things I ever learned as a parent was, like, most of the time I don't even know what's going on with my own body. How are they supposed to know that? And that empathy really changes how you approach situations like this.
It absolutely can.
We know that back to school is a big shift in schedule. I think for a lot of people, it's like earlier bedtimes, it's earlier wake-ups, and then having to be back on a calendar and a really routine scheduled. So this can be especially disruptive for kids who are neurodivergent or for sensitive children. How do we help support kids who might need a little more extra TLC?
So the way that I think, just to simplify it the most, is transitions are best supported with more time, more space, and more rhythm. And so it's about reintroducing those rhythms earlier. So it might be looking at maybe the week or two before school, bringing in some of the routines, like taking that walk to that school, the similar walk that you would do, spending some time at the playground if they're younger kids, reintroducing lunch boxes, perhaps, just to get them used to eating from a lunchbox again. Some of these things, recognizing that that can't always be done, but it's what you can do, and giving more space and time. And then once school starts, it's actually the same thing. It's not overbooking your schedule, because it can get really busy with after-school activities. Just taking a little bit of your foot off the gas in that regard, and giving them the space where they can come home and have a safe place and a soft place to land, and help them co-regulate and say, I'm here.
I love that. How many times have we all said to a kid, be brave? I mean, I've said it a lot. You say that this can backfire. So how so?
Yeah, so it's always with good intentions that we say be brave, and it sounds really encouraging. But in reality, what it can actually signal is, it's not okay feeling what you're feeling right now. I want you to show me this other thing, that your anxiety or your fear is misplaced. In actuality, it's not, especially for a child. And the interesting thing is that when we support them in co-regulation and we say instead, I understand this is hard. I can see that you're nervous or you're afraid, and I'm right here. You got this. It's so different.
Oh
you're
God,
probably the way it landed.
Made me want to cry. I was like, yes, you are here with me. Thank you. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's
just
different.
Such a simple shift there. Yeah. Okay, so you've got a 30-second ritual to calm nerves at the door. Walk us through what this looks like.
Yeah, so I actually have a lot of rituals. I'll share one or two. One of them I call the anchor hug. So you get down on their level and you ask them, would a hug help? Or you ask them, would you like a hug? And then you hug them, but not like a normal hug, but you squeeze right around their chest. And what this does is it helps to trigger the parasympathetic nerve system to help to de-escalate and calm them down. Another really simple one is simply put your hands up like this, have them press against your hand, or even them go like this. They can do it themselves. And this is a somatic practice that helps to bring more regulation and a feeling of safety and stability. So really simple.
I love that. We do that pushing hand one after school with one of my kids, who just often comes home feeling really like tangled up inside, and helping him to just push and work hard calms that down a little bit.
Yeah.
Chills them out. I know it varies kid to kid, but is there a general time frame that parents can kind of hold in their back pocket of, like, okay, we're through the routine and now things feel normal? What's like the end line there?
Yeah, so I think that the main thing to remember here is every child is going to be different, every family is going to be different. There really isn't a generalized expectation, but at the same time, I think what's important is knowing what's best for your family, and when you feel like you've exceeded your own threshold of support. And if you do, then go get that extra support. It could be a couple weeks for some families, but for some it could be even months. And I think when we're starting to look at months, it may be time to get some extra support to help bring in other strategies to help your child adjust.
Amazing. Parenting expert Vivian Meraki, thank you so much for your tips today.
My pleasure.